A local school district is paying a family hundreds of thousands of dollars after a long legal battle.
The family says the school didn't provide their special needs child the federally protected education he needed. WNCN Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez has their story.
You never expect a school system to stoop to something like this, never.
I guess it was just a real cold slap in the face.
This represents one of the most egregious violations of a parent's trust imaginable. Ben is a wonderful child. He has a lot of talents and abilities. The fact that he has autism is not really the thing that makes him most interesting.
When the Hollands moved from Currituck to Johnston County, they knew it would take some early planning to make sure their son's new school, Powhatan Elementary, could meet all of his educational needs.
His former teachers said, teaching your boy has been the highlight of my career.
Ben had a federally mandated individualized education plan, or IEP, that they say was working wonders.
I delivered it 3 weeks before school started so that the district would have enough time to train the teachers and to make certain that they had enough staff.
But the Hollands say from the very start, the staff at Johnston County Schools seemed to have its own plans.
They made a unilateral decision to place him in the autism classroom and assess him for what they believed his true needs to be, which is a clear violation of IDEA.
IDEA is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, the federal law ensuring children like Ben get the help they need.
They went into it knowing what the IEP required.
Ben was supposed to spend part of the day in a regular classroom with students without disabilities. He was also supposed to have a full-time specially trained aide. His parents say he never got it, and his behavior started to show it. He was suspended multiple times and even injured a teacher.
They did not comply with the IEP.
Against his parents' pleas, Ben was eventually put in a room by himself with a TA and a substitute. They say all of his progress had gone out the window, and after nearly 6 months, the Hollands had enough.
So we just began to see that the cards were just getting stacked further and further against us.
We had no other real recourse except through the court system.
They filed a due process complaint against the school system saying Johnston County did not provide Ben with the education he needed. The school system denied it. An administrative law judge ruled in favor of the school district, saying the Hollands failed to show how the school didn't provide Ben with an appropriate education. So the Hollands appealed their case to federal court. And it's then they say they found their smoking gun, emails obtained during discovery that they say proved their suspicions were right.
We were stunned. I mean, stunned where you just stop and you just are in horror and you just don't know what to say to each other.
One of the emails shows the former principal withheld information from the Hollands. The couple says the district employees also set up a rigged meeting to try to get Ben out of their school system. WNCN Investigates obtained this email from former Chief Academic Officer Keith Beeman. It shows they plan to suggest homebounding Ben or sending him to a mental hospital. The email says the parents will reject and take us to court. This line even says Lee, the former assistant principal, and Gary, the former principal, quote, don't want the kid back.
It does hurt, but I'm a public educator and I cannot ever imagine putting in print that I don't want a child back.
And this email shows the current superintendent, Ed Crew, made the final call suggesting homebound. We emailed one of the leading experts in special ed law who cited the federal statute that says only a student's IEP team can make decisions to change their IEP.
Beeman and Croom were not part of our son's IEP team.
Beeman also sent an email to the former exceptional children director saying it's not what you wanted, but this is what we have to do. I know there will be consequences, but he's the boss. We need to make it happen.
I read it several more times very slowly, and I had this sinking feeling of horror starting to come over me as I realized it was what it looked like.
After a lengthy back and forth, the Hollands finally settled this summer. The school paid the family $200,000.
A school system will never settle with a family if they've done nothing wrong. There's no reason to hand a family $200,000 if they're totally clean and innocent on their end.
We tried multiple times to talk to Superintendent Ed Croom and Johnston County Schools about the issue, but they refused to talk about it on camera.
In so many ways, everyone suffered, everyone lost.
It's a year they say Ben will never get back, but now in a new school district, they say once again he's making progress, and that is music to their ears.
Now, in our attempts to get the superintendent on camera, the district did issue a statement by email saying, in part, by way of settlement, it was agreed by all parties that there was a no fault or liability on the Johnston County Board of Education or its personnel. And even just promoting this story, I've already heard from a lot of parents who are saying we're going through the exact same thing. So we put some resources on our website, WNCN.com.
Well, how's Ben doing after all of this?
He's actually good. The parents say he's doing well. They've enrolled him in Wake County schools, and they said they're just glad to get this legal battle over.
All right, Jonathan Rodriguez reporting. Jonathan, thank you.